Hey guys, and welcome to the Devlog 8 of the Godot Wild Jam 95. So I filmed this before and it didn't register the film. So yeah. So as you're probably guessing, it's about a boss. So I added a new boss and it's called 8 bullets, 8 directions. So the player can move in 8 directions now because you need to avoid its 8 bullets. So this is its idle animation and this is its move. I'm trying to go a bit quicker here so it's not me just talking on and on and on and on about the game and every single process. So that's how the bullet looks like. It's just a simple bullet. Okay, so we will go into the script. Okay, there we go. So the script, basically what we do, we make a signal. I was pointing with the pen on the screen. We make a signal. We get the move speed that we want. We get the move duration that we want for how long it moves. How long we want it to stop, the boss camera, the player camera, the sound effects player, the boss team player, and the animation. And then we also get the dictionary of all our sounds. So we also get a few booleans and the move direction and the health. So we have a started, is moving, is dead. So we preload the bullet scene also. And then on ready, we set boss camera priority equals 0, so we're using the player camera. We also have a run boss cycle, so we want it to run the whole time until it's dead. So if started equals true, we set the boss camera priority higher, so now we're using the boss camera. And then while true, so infinite loop, we get a direction, we get a random angle from this direction, and then we set move direction to that random angle. And then is moving equals true for a while. And animation of play move, so the move animation. And we wait for the move duration timer to run out, so timeout. Yeah, I'll just remove these comments because they were in Portuguese and now they're kind of useless. Break is, I'll just leave that there because that's, yeah. That's an error. Okay, yeah, there we go. So I had no idea how to do this, so I was searching it up how to do it, and that was the simplest thing I could find. And then those comments were I was trying to understand the code and stuff, but yeah, now I understand it. So now we shoot our first wave. And we set its size to 0.5, and we set its size to 0.5 and its angle offset to 0. And then we wait for 0.4 seconds, and then we shoot our second wave, smaller bullets, and we offset it by, we want to shoot the bullets in a 45-degree gap. And the first wave will start exactly at 0, and then it will count onwards from that. So, and we want the second wave to be exactly in between the two bullets of the first wave. So then we just divide pi by 8 to get that. And then we wait for stop duration. And then if health equals 0, we die. And then the function process, right here, is moving. We just make a move. Position plus move direction plus equals move direction times move speed times delta. And then shoot wave. If is dead, return, so we can't shoot. So sad. But if not bullet scene, if we don't get bullet scene, we also return. And then we play sound shoots when we shoot. And for iron range 8, so we do it 8 times. We get an angle plus angle offset. So we get an angle of the 8 bullets, and then we add the angle offset, so it's exactly in between, like we wanted. And then we set the bullet direction to the angle, and then we get a bullet instance by instantiating the bullet scene. We get the bullet instance dot position equals global position, and bullet instance dot direction equals bullet direction. And then we get its parent and we add it as a child, bullet instance. So if bullet instance has method dot set bullet size, we set bullet size to size multiplier, which will be in the little size things of 0.5 and 0.3 that we did. And then now, else, if it's set the deferred scale to vector 2, size multiplier. So if it doesn't have that, we just set scale to the size multiplier. So we kind of just force it. And then on boss trigger, area entered, the player, started equals true, boss team.play, player detected, and run boss cycle. So we start that cycle forever. And then the play sound thing that we've covered, which basically just makes a custom playing sound thing with the dictionary at the top. You can pause here to try to understand how it works. It basically just gets the stream that it's playing, and it sets to the name of the dictionary. And then it gets the volume, and it sets to the value that we put next to the name. And then it just plays. And then if in apply damage, we -1 health, and we tween the white flash. So we can get like a feedback of, oh, yeah, it's hit. And then that's a shader that, yeah, it's pretty simple, so I don't really need to cover it that much. It basically just blink intensity and blink color. We have to set it to white right there. And then we fragment, we make a vector for color and texture to texture.uv. So we set that to the texture. And then the color equals mix color, and blink intensity times color alpha. And then the color equals the color that we just mixed. So yeah, that's basically how it works. You can go to Single-Minded Ryan, because that's where I got it from, and he teaches you how it works. And then when we die, we just set the player priority. Started equals false, is moving equals false, and died equals true. And then the boss team stops, we play sound victory. We await till it's done, we emit, it's dead, and we cube free. So we set the blink shader here. And if it collides with the player, then the boss mode true. So we basically, not collides, but if the player enters an area, it just sets as true. So yeah, it's set up like that. And sprite to the includer shape. So I'll show you how it looks. I'll turn off the sound so I can talk over it. Yeah, okay. So we start in the boss fight. But I added a few levels before this, which is pretty hard. But I was thinking, like, I don't have to show it. I'll ruin exactly how to do the boss. Oh no, I died. Yeah, okay, so the spawning, that's the problem. Because now we're spawning from the very back. But yeah, I'll try to beat the boss with sound now, so you guys can hear. Okay, so that sometimes happens that it plays twice, but I was really happy I beat it, because it's a pretty difficult boss, and if you arrive there with like 1 or 2 health, you're kind of screwed. But yeah, that's the point of the game, and it will probably like show your score, the UN screen, and your your score, and then that will probably set it to, and then I'll show your high score, and so yeah, that's basically it, and thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably just gonna be bug fixing, polishing, because there aren't too many bugs. We polish it, and we probably make more UI for an options during the game that you can play ESC and it pauses, and then we can just, for some reason you thought the music was loud, and you can just change it in there, or you can I have no idea. You can just quit the game in there. I think you can do that if you want. Or you can just leave the page because it's on h.io. It will be. And, okay, I have one more day to do this. Well, I will have a few more hours because, of course, the time is not very good. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow.